Okay, we got to talk post credit, and that's where we're going to lead off. This is we got two mate. Do we have three? I mean, we got first off, we have a new look Guardians team. Was that in a post credit?
Yes.
Okay, new
Right?
look Guardians. I can't remember if that was just the end of the movie or a post
Mm.
credit. Either way, it kind of serves as a post credit. It kind of falls with the MCU. Um, like traditionally, what a post credit is,
Yeah, it was
teasing
a
the
post
future.
credit. I'm pretty
And
sure.
you have a new look Guardians team, and it's made up of Rocket, now the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy, Groot, a teenage bulked up Groot. Then you have Kraglin playing the Yondu role with the arrow. You have this little girl with a really weird eye that I'm not sure what her powers are. You have Cosmo the dog, right? Cosmo's in there, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I think.
And then Adam Warlock. He is in the Guardians of the Galaxy now, which I don't necessarily love that decision either because I don't even know if we're ever going to see this team, especially because Bradley Cooper is playing Rocket. Would he come back in another Guardians film where he is the pseudo leader? This team sucks. This team it will get worked by the original Guardians team. And I do also think it's just
Adam
not.
Warlock defeated the whole team by himself, so I'm just throwing that
Yeah,
out there.
and I just don't like him too because he's not a traditional like guardian. You know, he is like kind of a loser, which makes him fit the team, but he's just all powerful being. But I just yeah, he did take out all the guardians. That's a good point. But I don't want to see this team on screen. I don't want to like I could
Yeah,
see
no,
this team more suited for like a Disney Plus series than an actual movie for themselves. You know, I could see that
I
happening
don't even want
potentially.
that.
And I don't know. I just like this team sucks, and I kind of wish they didn't show it. They had the nice touching moment, the full circle moment with "Come and Get Your Love" with Rocket, you know, and we'll get the needle drops in a sec. But I didn't love the post credit for that. What are your thoughts on the new look?
Didn't love it. Didn't love it. I'm still upset with Adam Warlock. This guy's he's like a smart person, like in the comics.
He's
Very
an alpha,
smart.
just an alpha.
It's just crazy how he joined the Guardians. I'm just thinking back to the predictions and how you even said that, and I was just like, no, like you can't just like waste Adam Warlock and have him join the Guardians. Like you can't do
We're
that, and
not
they did
addressing
it.
the predictions. This is the worst we ever did on predictions.
Hey, we low key can get 3
Out of 10.
box office, but it's bold predictions for a reason. We're supposed
Yeah.
to go like we're aiming for 50%, and that's like holy crap, that's really good. This time though, this was by far our worst for sure.
Just the fact that you had Kraglin with the arrow saying, "Do you want me to take care of this myself?" And I'm just
That
like,
I was like,
"Oh,
what the
Jesus!"
hell?
You're like, "Yeah, come on now. You're not that good. You're not
Yeah.
Yondu yet."
Uh, yeah, that wasn't great. But
Yeah,
hey, I that post credit scene, like, all right, but I think we got to talk about the next one.
yeah. Let's move on. Yeah, go ahead.
It goes back to our Chris Pratt. Like, who is he? This was his career. Good decision.
I love this decision, and I
This is
actually was
who he is.
excited when I actually read that because, first off, when I said like James Gunn didn't give you what you expected, but he wrote it the way that the character deserves and how like he's grown throughout this series and how he's grown, right? He's maturing. He notices he doesn't need enforced love with Gamora and he's not going to go run away with her. Like she has created a new life for herself. She's found her new family, right? That what's in the past is in the past. And like the growth from Peter Quill, like I am the one like without if I don't attack Thanos, like maybe I get to be with Gamora now. He's accepted his mistakes, and I love that part of the movie. But I love that he goes back to Earth, and I think this is what the MCU needs. You need Chris Pratt to stay in this universe, and I think Chris Pratt recognized that too, and to have him in the Avengers probably. I think is an asset and
Makes
something that's
sense.
going to bring and bolster that Avengers lineup, despite his power set not being great. He seems like he actually like really like pulled it together from going from the first Guardians and now like how he's able to handle his weapons now. Like he's elite. Like I can't wait to see him a part of that crew. I think it's a smart move, and I for both Pratt and Feige and company.
Yeah, it's smart by everybody, and I think especially Chris Pratt. Like I said, his career. This is who he is. He'll always be known as Star Lord. I think looking at Chris Evans right now, it's like you don't want to become that. You don't. You're way too young. Keep banking on this. Keep getting that love from the MCU fans because you'll always have it. no matter how good or bad a movie is, they'll be like, that's Star-Lord. That's Come and Get Your Love. That first scene, singing with the lizard as a microphone. Like, that's what you're always going to be remembered for. So, great decision. I think overall, like with him going back to Earth, it makes sense. All right. But I do think if you do keep Star-Lord in, which they will, you do keep Star-Lord, then you do need to have a reunion at some
With
point
Rocket and
with
everybody,
Rocket and
the
everybody.
majority of them. Yeah.
Yeah. And then maybe not. I think Gamora.
Secret
I
Wars.
think everybody played out like as in like how they wrapped up everyone's in the group's storyline was perfect for them to eventually come back, except Gamora. I think that was like the perfect like get out of MCU. You really want to leave the MCU? Perfect. Just go be with the Ravagers and you had that nice ending where like, she kind of found a family. You know, that Gamora found a family similar to the old Gamora got the family with the Guardians. That was like a perfect ending for her character. I think that was the best ending for out of the group was Gamora. So yeah, she doesn't even have to come back for Secret Wars. She's done.
And it's like he didn't give you what you want. He gave you what the character deserves. That's why he's the best, dude. That's where I was like, I would say another flaw. I'm kind of like connecting this also with some of the decisions made post credit and everything, and the directions these characters go. No one dies in this movie.
I think that's a flaw.
I think someone needed to die, and it needed to
Too
be Dave.
big.
It had to be Dave Bautista. He had to die. The decision, excuse me, for him to just be on Nowhere to quote unquote be a dad alongside Nebula, and they can play mom and dad like to all these
Crazy.
random kids. I'm like, Dave Bautista, did you agree to this? Like, if I was Dave Bautista and like you want to be this auteur, you want to be this next prestigious actor, moving away from this. You want like what Harrison Ford demanded for like, I know he's not the level, but like Harrison Ford wanted a death, an epic death in Star Wars. If I was Dave Bautista, I'm like, give me a death. Give me an epic moment.
Like
Right?
he doesn't want to be the character again. Your name's
Kill him.
Drax the Destroyer. Yes, I understand the writing story arc of like, oh, he's more than that. But like, end of the day, like his story arc is also like being with his wife and child and getting revenge for them and like kind of completing that arc. Like, I don't know. I think that was an easy death. I'm not mad that we predicted it didn't happen. That's not why I'm mad about it. But is it in the back of my mind? Maybe. But overall, these people, the Guardians, have saved the universe twice in 2 movies. They've helped out in Infinity War and Endgame. Then you have this movie, obviously a smaller scale, which I liked, different, but still a lot of chaos, a lot of explosions, and you had the opportunity. You had 2 clear opportunities, Quill and Rocket, for deaths. You didn't take advantage of those.
Dave Bautista almost died in the middle of the movie.
I guess three. You had 3 clear chances to kill someone off, and you didn't do it for any of them. Groot was down to a head. Just to say as well. But yeah, so all I'm saying is like the fact that you didn't kill anyone here, I think tells me either 2 things. One, James Gunn just didn't want to kill anyone off, too much love for these characters, even though I agree with your point. You should demand a death if you love the character that much. Or 2, Marvel still has their hands in this, and they never want to kill off a character.
Never. Don't
They never do. Even when they do, they come back. Gamora looking at you.
That might be some intervention there for Marvel.
Yeah. Bit. So that's why, to me, it's got to be one of the 2 things. Just too much love for the characters on Gunn's side, or Marvel putting their hands on it. And I kind of lean Marvel because at the end of the day, like they say, James Gunn, like, you're leaving. All right, this isn't going to be your baby anymore. Yes, we won't do a full Guardians movie in like the very near term without you. But like at the end of the day, like these are our property. Like this is our IP.
Yeah, the movie was already so dark too. You know, with the animal cruelty, the experimentation, like Rocket saying "I'm like hurt" as his first word, and he's pointing at his forehead. I was like, "Holy crap!" When they show his friends that were shot by the High Evolutionary, and they show their dead bodies with the blood, I was just like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, so this reminds me of what I alluded to earlier in the episode here. Dude, are we just gonna totally forget that entire planet of people just died, and we're celebrating like they won the Super Bowl or whatever, or they saved the galaxy?
Just incinerated the planet.
They literally caused a planet to like not cause, but like it was gonna die no matter what. But they could have stopped it.
There's consequences to this movie. Yeah,
yeah, an entire like an Earth, just boom, gone, and like in not a nice way, like blown up and not quickly. Like it was a bad way to go down if you're of society. Like that was so bad. Like I think people were just forgetting that.
I don't know, man, but they just liberated all those kids. Another dark moment. It's just like these kidnapped children that are just on the ship. That's
That was
pretty
dark too.
haunting for a kid to see. But it's like, yeah, you can't end the movie on a low. You know, it's
Yeah,
like,
no, no, no,
and
no,
like,
no.
what I also wanted to ask you, what do you think of the dog days are over needle drop at the end? Little sappy.
Little sappy.